Now, did y'all do all current players or all time players?
I didn't even do players.
Mm.
It's pretty much shit that happened on Halloween. Good, bad, slow, real slow. It's about the slowest the slow that happened on Halloween. Within, of course, the NBA calendar. Shout out to Stathead. I've been getting a lot of my stuff like this from Stathead. Just coming up, messing around with the filter search and the whole deal. I'll go first. I ain't even tripping. What about it?
Yours, Trav, your trick or treat.
I mean, I don't really. This is why I'm in the demon time mode because I don't even acknowledge this Halloween shit. I feel like I said I'm out of Halloween candy, so I can eat. I really don't give a damn. But I never even been trick. You know what? I went trick or treating when I had a car. We were like 16, 17 years old. We just bash and doing what the hell we do. That's when I went trick or treat.
Man,
Nevertheless,
first of
94 feet of
all,
life. We in the building. You
I'm
know what
finna
I'm saying?
tell
We ain't even introduced ourselves. Do we need introduction
you,
at this
before we
point?
get to the intro, I'm seeing a culture change right now. You know, when we were trick or treating, we had bags, we had designer bags and stuff. Man, these folks come to the door now with book bags.
That's what I'm talking about. I like their style. That's how I would come to.
Not, no, I ain't gonna even say book bag. I'm gonna book satchels. Oh, come with satchels.
They
But hey,
want.
man,
They're like, bring me the cavities. I'll just get veneers anyway. You know, veneers is hot nowadays.
Right. Listen, happy Halloween from 94 Feet of Life. This is Trick or Treat Edition. Thank you for signing in. Some of y'all probably with your kids counting the candy, counting the Mars bar, counting how many nerds you got, how many Laffy Taffies you got. Thank you for joining us. So we're gonna do something, man. We as this kind of spawned out the group chat, we're gonna go trick or treat. Who is a trick? Who is a treat? Now, I have no idea who these gentlemen picked. I don't know if they picked players. I don't know if they picked teams. I don't know if they picked moments in NBA history. I have no idea the direction it's gonna go. But it's just gonna be fun, rapid fire, fast paced, jokes and banter as we do. So, fellas, whoever wants to start, trick or treat, let's just go with it because this is gonna be real free flowing, right? I got my notes here from you.
Man is short. And since it's three of you gentlemen, I came with three historic scenarios that happened on Halloween. Since you're not here to be able to pull from the bowl, I'll pull from you. I'll pull from the bowl for you. Since MJ decided to sit this one out on the creative end, he's just going to be the reactor. I'll let him go last. Ah, Trav, let's start with you. Since I'm right here in the bowl, shout out to somewhere on the bowl. It's a KitchenAid bowl. Y'all know I get down with the mixing and the whole deal. So, KitchenAid with the ware, kitchenware and the whole deal. On Trav's pool, the historic Halloween. Oh, Trav, you got the slow. You got chased in your building. You pulled the joint that night. The Heat put up 66 on opening night when they got their rings, and the Bulls beat them 108-68. That's the that's pretty rough.
what I supposed to do with this?
Yeah.
Man? What I supposed to do with this?
I mean, you can always give it to Ty. Don't the Dodgers get chased in their building every October?
Every October they do it.
See, there you go. See, I be looking out. Big shot. You pull Jay Kidd. He got 2 triple doubles on Halloween.
Oh, that's
2000 and
right up his
2003.
alley.
Now, the thing with that, they won one and they lost one.
That's all right.
But history is history. He the only dude to get 2 triple doubles on Halloween.
My favorite point guard. I got my favorite point guard as a
And
clique.
see, I found ways where I can get this thing to work in the order trap. You can just transfer that over the tie. He got chased. He always get chased in the building. Big Shot got his favorite point guard. And it's only fitted that I had 3 scenarios, and MJ would get the one where it's a half 100 on Halloween. It's 4 dudes that scored 50 or more on Halloween. Steph with 53. Adrian Dantley with 50. Rashard Lewis put up 50. And we remember the 50 that Derrick Rose put up on Halloween 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So, cool feats of history for you gentlemen on Halloween. You know what I'm saying? Trav, unfortunately, my man, that means the Spurs gonna win the damn Southwest Division. And see, it's just not working out. You know, I gotta start doing favorable stuff for Trav, so you know we can get the advantage back. That's all I got on the trick or treat end, man. Happy Halloween, everybody. You know, I get Thanksgiving and Christmas. I'm gonna be more dangerous. Trust me.
So I took trick or treat as players. Who's a trick? Who's a treat? What direction did you go? Let's see, and then we'll decide who go next.
Talking to me?
Yep. What direction?
I went players. I did like players.
Okay,
And
so let's do this.
I just didn't do it like as far as like scoring points and stuff like that. I just did it as far as like a scenario. Like today. Actually, at about 1:00 a.m. today, the trick was, we'll talk about that a little bit later, but the trick was James Harden. Because when did we say James Harden was when did we bet that we was going to leave? Before Halloween, right?
That was the bet.
It
was right at Halloween, and today is the day. Now, with him being the trick, guess who all of a sudden be's a treat? He has no other choice but to be a treat. Because he gets paid to be a treat. He gets paid like a treat. But he's mid. It all makes sense. It all goes back. Tobias Harris is the actual treat of this situation. So hey, it all makes sense. I mean, that's one of the main ones I had. The other ones, I ain't gonna even mess with it right now. You go ahead, Big Shot. You go ahead.
I like my trick or treat is gonna be good because MJ, who in real life trains and coaches young players.
Yes, sir.
So this one is kind of right at his soul because I'm gonna talk about some people who are still young in the game, but I've seen enough to call trick or treat, and I want Ham and have input. So here we go, rapid fire style. Y'all want the tricks, the treats, or you want to alternate?
Trick and treat.
Let's go alternate.
Alternate.
So let's start with the trick. First of all, this is a Memphis term. This is not rated TVMA language. Trick is not a cuss word. For those who out there like, they are really use this word rather liberally. So I'm gonna just go around the horn. And you could just say, I agree with that. I don't agree with that. Let's start with the tricks. Jalen Green.
Trick.
Yeah, trick.
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 He was the game chose him. He was brought in the trick community. It's not his fault.
This is I agree with. Nevertheless, trick.
Trick. And Jalen, clean up your act. We know what she was doing over the summer too. You was doing some kind of wild stuff over the.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
All right, another trick. Let's stay with the trick. There might be a little theme developing with the trick. Jordan Clarkson.
He in Utah, man. What else to do in Utah besides trick off?
Ah!
I blame the coaching because Jordan was perfectly fine as your sixth man. That was a great role for him. Now they trying to give him responsibility. Trav, you have older children. MJ, you have a teenage son. When you give them more responsibility, they mess stuff up. So Jordan is a trick, but it's not really his fault. All right, let's get positive now. We're gonna go to the treat side. This one, J-Ham. J-Ham, you would think to be thinking of you. Desmond Bain.
T-Rex arms.
He's solid with me. He cool. He a treat.
I went and seen him last night.
Explain to people why Desmond Bain is a treat.
No character issues whatsoever. First of all, he comes to work. He's a good look in general around the city. Like he'll pop up and be at Tiger football games. You know what I'm saying? Just supporting, just around. You know what I'm saying? People see him around town. You know what I'm saying? He's just a good positive influence, and you see him get progressively better as a player. You know what I'm saying? Every year, even though I think we get to a point to where his ceiling is starting, probably he getting to that, but at the same time, he nice. You know what I'm saying? Just for what he bring in general. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I ain't got no. You can't find nothing negative about it. He even had a Memphis haircut for a while, which he probably should get back. You need to get the bold fade back. You know, let them mess you up again. Whoever Dylan took you to the first time, they cut that bullshit on you. Do that again, and you know you might get back up out of this slump that y'all in. But it's all good. You know what I'm saying? So I rock the back. He cool with me.
All right, MJ. A treat. We're gonna go back to Houston for a treat. My man Alperen Sengun. A little Jokic light. Maybe like the Section 8 Jokic, because Houston is a really bad basketball team still. But we'll go like Section 8 Jokic. Maybe like Jokic off wish, but it actually comes good for you. Pause. You agree?
Yeah, so Gwen is like Aldi cereal. Absolutely. Don't act like y'all know what Aldi cereal used to look like. It wasn't Cheerios, it was Take. It wasn't Captain Crunch, it was Kaboom. Don't turn your nose up at Aldi cereal. That shit was still fine.
Aldi cereal.
It was off brand like a muffin.
All right.
So, yeah, I mess with Kaboom. That's his new nickname, Kaboom.
You know the off-brand Captain Crunch here in the South was called King Vitamin.
King Vitamin is even better.
Somebody else got trick or treat, because let me tell you this, folks. The list is long.
Woo.
List is long.
You showed me. I saw a name.
I did too.
I can keep going, or y'all can jump in.
Give me. Did I have?
Say that top name underneath the tricks. Let's talk about him.
Oh yeah, you saw it.
I
Yeah,
seen it. I seen it.
Talk
Hometown.
Listen,
about it.
Trae Young tricked you all into believing. Here's the trick he's pulled. Trae Young is not the shooter that you all believe he is. He take a lot of shots.
No, he'll volume, yeah. He'll have volume.
He take a lot of shots. But if you look at Trae Young shooting numbers, especially from deep, 34, 35%. Yeah, he take 11, 12 threes a game, but so is he a great player? Yes. But he's not the player that I think he people think he is, which in turn he's not used the way I believe he is. I think they he is a much he needs to be more of, like as Sam Cassell said, the 2-point geezer. He's not the shooter from distance that people think he is. So
I got somebody to blame for that.
go ahead.
A career, for the most part, career average 35% from deep.
No, I got somebody to blame for that. And it's the same reason why I blame Jordan for Harold Miner. It's the same reason why I blame Jordan for all them dudes who said they were the next Jordan or baby Jordan. It just never fit the bill because it was too big of a shoes to fill. Pause. I blame Steph Curry. All these guards is coming in here wanting to hoist up these long ass shots, thinking that they gonna hit them at the clip Steph Curry is, but y'all ain't running up Sand Hills in Abu Dhabi. Y'all not doing that. Y'all not taking 500 shots full speed. Y'all not doing that. So the stuff he does don't apply to you unless you put in the work he put in.
That is.
And even still, the work that he put in, everybody keep missing the secret sauce to Steph Curry's magic, which is he don't play a lot of pick and roll. That's the part y'all keep missing. He's a weapon, and he don't even got the damn ball in his hands.
You chase.
Now, when he get it, he does what he do, but everything is crisp and decisive with Curry.
And you know when folks
back, he uses the pick. If it ain't nothing there, he passes and he moves crisply to the next play, to the next.
And whenever that debate is thrown around about them against the 96 Bulls, hypothetical fantasy BS, whenever that's thrown around, I always just got one question. Who chasing dude? Who on that roster y'all get to chase dude? For real. Like, holler at me about this. And nobody don't ever want to rap. Because ain't no answer for it.
And I think you're right, MJ. The people trying to play like that, but there's only one of him. Everybody is like 99.99% of the world can't do that. And you watch Trae Young play. I've been in a Hawks game 4 times since I've been here. First of all, MJ, you can see this because you train people.
Yeah.
You watch the 35, 40 foot. It looks like a 20 foot.
Mm-hmm.
When Trae on 30 feet, you know what it looked like? It looked like when you and I were 10 years old and shot from too far out.
Like a half court heat. Yeah.
It's not natural. So he's a trick. Because of his star power. I don't know if the Hawks are gonna get to where they're gonna want to get to, as long as he's the best player, as long as that's allowed. Not gonna happen.
Follow up from last week's show. Especially right now, with Big Shot just stated what he's stating, and I'm looking at his current 3-point percentage at 24%. right now. Did he fall back to the high mid tier?
Close.
I mean, we did say this thing is subject to fluctuate, but we didn't say if it was subject to fluctuate by a day, hour, week. We didn't specify.
Trae Young is too young to be looked at right now. Right now, Big Shot has just took the liberty of anticipating based on his trained eye of basketball to be like, yeah, this is pretty much what it is. I stayed away from the young Bulls because I always give that glimmer of hope that they just might figure it out. Or a coach just might come around and be like, yo, you shoot that shit one more time, I'm trading.
You know why I take that similar approach from my side of it, just on the historian side? A lot of them that fall don't get to that. They don't get to the Larry O when they that small, especially when they the best one on the team. When they that dude,
yeah,
just don't happen like that. Z, Steph, just don't happen like that.
Dame Dollar.
Yeah.
It's still hope for Trae not to be a trick, but at this point, yep.
Mm.
On his team, though, is a treat. I'm not talking to DeJounte Murray. I'm not talking about DeAndre Hunter. If you've seen the Hawks play a little bit, he started getting minutes at the end of last year. Jalen Johnson.
Yeah.
Not to like. Jalen Johnson is what Obi Toppin we thought he was going to be.
Fair.
The length, the versatility on the floor. Jalen Johnson is a pretty good shooter. He's the reason John Collins got traded. Apart from the fact that they killed John Collins for some years. But they finally found the player to really get John Collins out of there. Jalen Johnson, big, a treat in the make, a treat. I think he's going to continue to be that. Listen, y'all want the ball now. Remember, Big Shot is about sharing the rock, sharing the Halloween candy.
You know, I got something for y'all though.
Yeah, let's go.
Because today, being that today is Halloween, I seen DeAndre Jordan dress up as Taylor Swift. He had the Kansas City starter coat on with the blood hair. Yes, he went as Taylor Swift. I want to know what is the craziest NBA Halloween costume y'all have seen.
Jimmy Butler.
One of his characters on the LeBron's commercial. He dressed up as the cool one. Let me call you back. He dressed up as him.
Yeah.
That was
incredible.
That was a good.
I can't think of one.
Jimmy Butler at Media Day was Halloween to me.
Dame Dollar dressed up as Stone Cold. That was good one.
Oh, that was cool.
That was cold.
Yeah.
I seen a dog, and they had the joint planted up at the top with the colors, and threw a Ja jersey on the joint.
Jordan Poole dressing up as a Max player. That's a good one.
And I don't want to take this out of basketball.
Hey, MJ, I want you to listen. Right there. Let me tell you something.
I missed it.
But you snuck that in me.
Shout out to my boy Johnny Radio. Y'all see the picture I posted of that fool the other day when I went to the studio? The police get up that he had on. He looked like he was teamed up on Police Academy with Bobcat Goldthwait or some shit. I'm talking about just look real grimy. He had the whole joint. He went to the game that night with that shit on. When Denver came in, when I was at the game that night too, I ain't see him there, but he said he was gonna be there. He was going with that on because he was going to a Halloween party right after that. So shout out to John. I check in with John on 11:30 on Fridays. Had to go plug it. 98.5.
You know
Check
the
this.
wildest.
I'm sorry.
Let me
My
get in.
bad. My
I'm
bad.
gonna change the subject. Go ahead, Trav. I'm gonna change the subject, but go ahead.
I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you change it. But I seen the wildest costume yesterday though. When the man came as the Jeepers Creeper, Miles Garrett. Miles Garrett had on the Jeepers Creepers. He had the whole thing with the gray hair. I was like, yikes! That's freaking scary for real, man. But MJ, go ahead.
Nah, I was just say, I had no tricks or treats. I brought none of them, but because you guys started talking, now I just happily have one, and it's going to be a light rant because I got eggnog in it. 'Tis the season. So
Jordan thing?
I'm very sick and tired because me talking about Jordan Poole and you talking about Trae Young triggered me. Mind you, I got PTSD, so I'm sorry if I go crazy. I am sick and tired of guys in the NBA playing like it's an LA Fitness pickup. Did y'all see that shot Jordan Poole did? They got blocked. And the stuff we talk about with Trae Young, which is not even a nice form shot. It's a push like you shooting for $1,000 at a half court shot festival.
Mm-hmm.
Like, value the basketball. Value the game. These aren't shots. Take them.
Who's the coach at Washington right now?
Somebody who don't want to get fired.
Actually, it's Wes Unseld Jr.
Okay, so
He don't want to get fired.
Wes Unseld Jr., you got to put your foot down now.
I mean, because even in preseason, guys was already arguing with Buddy.
Yeah.
And he already made like key statements that just gives the red flag that you ain't gonna be in the league in the next 4 years. When he was saying, I'm already solidified because I want a ring. If you feel like you don't have anything to prove and you're going to play like this, now you're showing me you don't really care about wins or losses for real.
Trey.
I'm glad Porzingis blocked that, man, because that was so too nonchalant. Like, I'm going to turn my back and I'm going to put the ball behind my back and just turn around and no, that needed to get blocked. If he had made that, do you want to know the madness would have happened after that?
Jordan Poole is Bobby Brown of basketball.
Just he a toxic dude, man. He'll toxic dude for this game.
Here's the Bobby Brown of basketball. You go get a show. The type of show, I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't get a show every time. I just don't know what type of show. They might fight on stage. He might give a girl a lap dance with his shirt off and go to jail.
Listen.
It might just be a nice, clean reunion in which you can reminisce and go home happy. You don't know, though. You just don't know.
Don't know what you're going to get, man.
On the treat side, I'm going to go back to the treat side. We're going to go out to Oklahoma City. Not Shea Gilgeous. Out to him, though. Not Chet. Shout out to Chet, though. Oklahoma City really is going to be that's. I don't know about this year, but by next year, I think Oklahoma City is going to be right. But we're going to go to Oklahoma City and swing up to Quebec. This will be for Ham, because I know Ham is arresting his story. The best thing to come out of Quebec since Bravo. It's my main man, Lou Dort.
I would put Rick Martel even before Dino Bravo.
Shout out Rick Martel. My man, Lou,
but yeah, like, rock him.
Offense. His offense has gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
Since the bubble.
Yeah, his game at the bubble was a little rough around the edges. He played with a lot of effort, motor, but it was a rush. Kind of like Jaylen Brown early with Boston, where the offense was not hadn't quite caught up with the effort. Lou shooting 50% from the floor. He's shooting about 40 from the three. He's shooting like high 70s on the line. Lou has steadily gotten better. Now his numbers ain't gonna flash like SGA and Chet. But you watch Oklahoma City, Lou does a lot of things really well. So Lou Dort he wanted the treat.
And it just goes to show you the blueprint is out there for those of you who don't get drafted in the first round or get drafted lottery or get guaranteed money. Even if you do get guaranteed money, it's still a blueprint you should follow. It's a very simple one. Guard like your life depends on it, because it does, and finish plays off. That's your blueprint. Mm-hmm. Once you guard like your life depends on it, you know what you're going to do? You're going to gain the trust of the coach, the players, and the organization. And you know what they're going to say? It's beautiful how it works. They're going to say, you know what? We need to keep you on the floor because of your defensive prowess, but we also need you to shoot the ball more. Mm-hmm. That's the best thing you can hear as a player, that you need to shoot the ball more. But you don't earn that trust until you do the stuff that nobody else wants to do. And that's the blueprint. And, at first, Lou didn't have to focus on shooting because he knew his shots were limited based on his team. After this summer, when they realized he was going to be a part of the organization, they had this conversation of shooting. And let's not get it twisted. I seen him play at Arizona State. Shooting was never really a problem for real. It just wasn't a focus because he knew he wasn't going to make it to the league being the scorer.
Right.
So whoever was in his cap and gave him that blueprint, I applaud you. It's a blueprint that needs to be followed by more people. Because nobody really has the resiliency or the mind frame to want to defend the way he defends on a nightly basis, to the point where you get to him to where you have to ask him to be a shot maker. Now it's easy because while those guys do all the work offensively and they just expect you to shoot to finish it or finish with a dunk or a layup or a beeline drive, now you get easy opportunities and they want you to do it. That's your career right there. And you keep going, eventually you become invaluable because now your second contract, your agent could come in and be like, well, top 5%, all of these statistics that you need.
Yeah.
That's the game.
He becomes a guy where, when we talk about MJ, we always talk about the Ponzi scheme of Oklahoma City with all these draft picks. Lou Dort becomes a guy where you're like, if I'm a contender, like if I'm a real live contender, and Oklahoma City get all these young players and picks, you might call Oklahoma City and say, what's up with Lou Dort?
Oklahoma City should change their name to Oklahoma City Community College. They run their program just like a community college. Every year, 6 more people. Every year, 6 more come.
Every year, 6 more.
6 more. Like, look at their draft picks. They have 18 and 19 draft picks. Oklahoma City Community College and Utah Tech, because they got about 19 picks.
Are you saying they're gonna be on what was that? Last Chance U?
Last Chance U, yeah. Yeah. They really need a documentary because one of the reasons why OKC is playing the way they're playing is because how can you be comfortable knowing that if you don't do your job, they got 4 first-round picks next year, 4 more the year after that, 3 more the year after that, like 12 second-round picks together in the next 6 years, and you see what they do with their second-round picks. If you can go, they're going to give you a chance. And we ain't even talking about the 2-way contracts you can sign now. You are not at OKC.
Somebody in our group, I think it was actually Harry Egbo, was talking about it's gonna be tight for rosters by the OKC for about 3 years. He ain't lying.
Yeah.
Dude, I got high school kids now. I'm trying to get ready so they can get drafted by.
All right. We're gonna not talk about the news of the day, but let me just give y'all a quick rundown of my remaining tricks and treats. Trick, Jalen Suggs. What does Jalen Suggs do well? It's just gonna be my really simple question.
I haven't watched enough of them,
Because you know,
but nothing stands out. You're correct.
I just took your question as rhetorical. We can
He to me, he's right. He's in a situation in Orlando. He's vanilla.
Yeah.
He's just
Another
a
guy
player.
that will be
He's just a
MVP.
player. He's just a player on that team. He's just
He
a player on the team right now.
don't shoot well. His playmaking is suspect. Is okay.
Orlando is full of mid though, bro. They got a team. They got a whole roster full of mid. Look at their roster.
No,
Really look at it. Who's there that ain't mid?
the only one who even who's in approaching high mid, and I say approaching high mid, which means he's still mid right now, is probably Franz Wagner. Everybody else though,
And I think Franz Wagner is fool's gold because the more I look at him, the more I'm like, he picked his rookie year. Do you see any difference from what he did his rookie year to now?
not a lot.
Mid.
There's a bunch of players put together in Orlando right now. To be honest,
It's just
Orlando. That's their name. Orlando Midget.
midgets.
like
Midget.
we don't get to the news of the day, but there are like certain NBA franchises that just consistently uninterested.
Yeah,
And
Orlando loves getting superstars and trading them to the Lakers. That's what they do.
That's what they do.
Orlando ain't even like there's bad teams who you can watch. It's like, oh, that's interesting what they got going. Orlando has nothing of interest. Nothing.
They keep giving their players to the Lakers. Look at
nice
the
weather,
since
no
96.
state tax. That's about it.
That's all you got, man. You got Disney World and no state tax. That's all it is.
When you're the Los Angeles Lakers G League team, they should change their name to Orlando Lakers.
Oh
When you're
my god!
Orlando Lakers, that's their name. Change their colors too. Instead of blue and black, have that blue be a little bit more indigo purplish. Have a head of yellow. Y'all close already. Just be Orlando Lakers.
All right, fellas, let's get to it to end the show. The news of the day. First of all, shout out to whoever was working the fax machine or the DocuSign at 4 o'clock in the morning at the NBA office. Shout out to that person. Because somebody had to be in the fax machine DocuSign at 4 in the morning when that trade came. Shout out to him or her, that intern that was there last night or this morning. Man got traded on the third shift.
You know how many forklifts was in the process of lifting up when he got traded?
Especially right here in the Memphis area where
It was quite a few working that night, that midnight shift, that overnight shift.
where we pretty much like hub central for stuff like that anyway, distribution and all that. So
Hold on. You know how many truck stops was handing out happy endings with that?
oh yeah. Right.
You know how many meth dealers was making a transaction when that trade occurred?
You know how many folks was at the Dodgers chicken store getting chicken right about then? It was going down.
It was down. Do you know how many folks was at the casino at that time?
So,
oh yeah.
I'm gonna quote my man Germ So True via Antonio Tarver. No excuses tonight, Roy.
It's it for him.
This is it. Draft, talk about it. This This is the last ride.
This it for James Harden, man. They can't put up with that no more. This is your last ride. It's pressure on him to prove himself, but he put the target on Tyronn Lue head so tough, and he don't even deserve it. That's what it's all boiled down to, because we know Tyronn Lue can handle talent with big ego. When you can tell LeBron to shut the F up and go play, you ain't got to prove no more. You ain't got to prove no more. He can coach that team. I believe he can get the most. What I've been hearing is that when James Harden goes to organizations, he makes the organization uncomfortable. I think they have a culture set there that he's not going to be able to do that. He's going to have to play. He's going to play. But overall, this it, James. This is it. Like,
Jay Ham,
a team that can actually win the freaking championship.
Jay Ham, historian, has a player. And this is not a rhetorical question. I'm asking this legitimately. Been able to call their own trade 4 times.
Unheard of. Any sport.
Any
Not
sport.
just basketball. Any sport. Unheard of. I'm glad you mentioned it. We're making it a stat in the morning. That's for sure.
4 times.
we're making that with a stat for sure. And you know what? I have fun with the people who's on social media and on radio or whatever who bash him by flipping around like, yo, he's still the only motherfucking superstar that ain't never missed playoffs. just to mess with them. But they thinking that I'm defending them, and I'm really not, because honestly, I'm exhausted of dude and the whole chatter and everything that come with it. I usually don't be bothered by it, but it's like we all can agree he ain't good enough to do that. What he doing? He ain't good enough for that to even warrant that. You got stuff to stand on, but you really ain't got what I think people would universally qualify you to be able to do that. You don't have those type of credentials. You're like, yeah, okay, you want some scoring titles, MVP, and the whole deal, but it's always gonna come back to bait with you. You could the one time you went to June, you was you know what I'm saying? So it's one of them. It's like you just went, but it comes down to that, and then I think it's one of those things where it's like the perception is that he don't give a shit about that either. You know what I'm saying? It's like people, it bothers people that this perception that he really don't care. But he still getting his way. And then, like you said, 4-4 on that? I didn't even think about it till you said it. That's wild.
4 times.
Now I'm ready to sick up. See, it's your fault, Big Shot. Now you triggered, now you got me angry.
14, man, 14.
Like this, MJ, and I'm gonna go to MJ on this. Think about it like this: for all the talk since we've been in '94, what is one of the more tired narratives? It's LeBron and the super team. LeBron keep leaving. This dude has gotten himself traded 4 times.
He's the worst super team player ever.
And look who he played with. Durant twice. Right?
He won, though. He won.
Twice. Chris Paul. Kyrie Irving.
Go ahead.
And we see what Tyrese Maxey doing. How many, and now Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, you can make an argument if they jump in because, I want to get rolling too tough. No great player has played with more other great players than him. If you look at like Magic Johnson, Kareem and Worthy the whole time.
Shaq, that's it.
That's two.
Shaq, that's it.
Bird, Caleb Perry, the whole time. Durant, Westbrook, Chris Paul, Maxey, Embiid, Kyrie, Kawhi, Paul George. That's 8. 8. As the words of my man, of my work on Hustle and Flow. Come on, skinny man.
The one, okay, because this conversation could use some optimism, but unfortunately, the only optimistic thing I could say could also probably be pessimistic too. Have we ever seen 4 guys of this caliber grow up from the same area, play on the same NBA team? They all from LA.
All from LA.
Another person.
All of them are originally from LA. You on mute, Trav, but hold up.
Russ, them two, and him.
Kawhi's from LA. Yes, Kawhi's from LA.
All them from LA.
All of them from LA. So it's like this could go really good or it could go really bad because California has their own basketball culture. And it's the one culture that is removed from all of us basketball purists, in which it's very free, it's very run and gun, it's not a lot of judgment. They don't give a damn who shoots it or score it. It's just, they just go. It's just really free, right? Because, Magic and Showtime brought that to them and not everybody plays that way. So what I can say is, I personally think that James Harden don't care about his stats like people think that he do. It's just his style of play. It's just so hard to play with because he pounds that ball before he makes a decision so much. But he's playing with 3 other guys who came from that same culture, and they kind of do the same thing too. Look at Paul George. Paul George is not decisive. Kawhi Leonard is decisive, but it takes long for him to cook too sometimes. Russell Westbrook, the only one that get to it, but when he get to it, he's doing something that he probably have no business doing, which is shooting.
Too sporadic. Need to be fine on certain shots he takes. We understand.
but he plays hard, so we just leave him alone. Like, whatever.
See that, and don't get me started on that. That's a whole different show for a whole nother day.
So that's why I said this could go really good or it could go really bad. That's why I keep saying, okay, that just maybe that could be a way in which they could bond off of being from Cali and just rocking out that way. But it also could be they could ostracize everybody else who ain't from Cali on the team, including the coach. And now it becomes half mutiny or locker room civil war in which y'all ain't gonna go nowhere. My real question though, and this is rhetorical because y'all know the answer to this. Who's gonna do the dirty work? Kawhi can't anymore. His body won't allow him to. So unless y'all gonna turn Kawhi into a defensive specialist and just say I don't even want you scoring no more, who's going to do the dirty work? Paul George is far removed from that since Indiana, his first 2 years in Indiana. Westbrook could do it, but once again, he just plays so hard. You just can't tame him on offense. James Harden actually could defend, but from the looks of the last 4-5 seasons, we can possibly tell that he's going to do what he wants. And then you got Tyronn Lue, who I'm praying for. He's on my weekly prayer because I don't think he deserves any of this. I don't. He don't deserve this. That he about to be Doc Rivers Part 2 and it ain't even his fault.
Yeah.
Sad.
J-Han, who was the guy you historian in baseball who was like the catcher for Greg Maddux all the time. He wasn't even the best catcher on the team, but Greg Maddux, like I like him.
You talking about for the Braves?
Yeah.
Javi Lopez.
Oh, was Ivy? Okay.
I feel like he was a backup dude.
It was Javi Lopez.
Big Shot thinking he was like Damon Berryhill or somebody.
Yeah, that was
Now he
tough.
had another. Now before then, he had somebody with the Cubs, but
Yeah.
Javi Lopez was the guy in Atlanta.
So the point I'm making is to Myron's question on dirty work. You know who it's gonna be at
No,
at 48 years old. You know
Zubak?
Jay.
Who?
You know,
Oh yeah, that's the funniest part of it. Like he ain't enough though. Like he's not enough. He's just not enough. It's like I'm glad he got a ring, but I'll humbly say this. I love PJ Tucker, love his shoe collection, all of it. But PJ Tucker defensively has not had a positive impact in 4 years. Even when they won in Milwaukee, he didn't have a positive impact defensively. He just was the punching bag that just kept getting punched and kept getting up. He was Rocky. He was just a dude who just hit and just keep running at you. He was just the punching bag. All right, we're gonna just let you score on him as much as you want until you punch yourself out. You remember
Just
that
make it
episode?
tough. Just make it tough.
You remember that episode of Simpsons where they found out Homer had that extra like tissue in his head? So in boxing, they didn't teach him nothing. They just let the dude punch until he tired. That's PJ on defense. Just keep staying in front of. Just stay around them until they tire themselves out. I mean, please tell me if I'm lying. I could be reaching, but let's really look at it. When have y'all ever said, "Damn, PJ locked him up"? When have y'all ever really said that?
Ain't too many times.
I'm still waiting. Like, it's okay if I'm lying. If I'm wrong, please tell me.
I don't know, man.
I love his shoe game. Shoe game, number one. Go it.
Those things never go the way they think they're gonna go.
What I do think PJ would do though is I don't think none of those four, with the exception of Westbrook in that locker room, gonna try him if he say something. That helps. They might talk about him behind his back though.
But listen,
That's true.
Westbrook will fight, but Westbrook gonna get along because they both just play very hard.
I don't know. I think we looking at that's a nice mid 6 or 7 seed in the first round out, unless something else happens.
If they see Luka, they still gonna lose. This sucks. I know. They see Luka might average 47 on them, and they go lose in 6. Sucks. It sucks. I would love to see the Clippers versus Phoenix in epic superstar star battle Western Conference. It's not gonna happen. Let's just not kid ourselves. They're going to lose to Dallas or Denver. The Clippers are going to lose to Dallas or Denver. They might lose to Minnesota in the play. They might.
Hey man, no.
Look,
no.
Listen. They might lose to Minnesota in the play.
Oh my God.
Listen, we will definitely be keeping an eye on the Clippers because
whose spot they taking, y'all? I'll name you 6 teams right now. You tell me whose spot they taking. Legitimate.
let's do that rapid fire. Then we gonna get out. Go ahead.
I'll name the 6 teams for you. We got Denver.
No.
We got was that Denver, Phoenix, Sacramento, Golden State, Lakers, Memphis. That's 6 right there. I still ain't named Dallas, so we'll switch Sacramento for Dallas for S and Gs. Now you got Sacramento at 7. I still ain't named Minnesota. New Orleans with a healthy Zion, that's 9. Then we have the Clippers. I just named 10 right now. And again, I still ain't named the Spurs with Vic.
The West has gotten that mystique again. Let's just put it that way.
Did I name the Lakers? I ain't even named the Lakers, did I?
Yeah, you did.
I might. But like, where do they? In those 10 names that I picked, where do they fit in, y'all? Y'all tell me.
I think we looking at another year in the West where you're gonna see like 4 or 5 teams win 50 games.
50 games. Yes.
Yeah, I realize it's like 3 or 4 teams. It seems like it's probably about 3 or 4 teams that's got 3 or 4 future
3 or 4
Hall of Famers
superstars.
right now. Like right now.
Hold up, JM. Don't go, JM. Drum roll. Which means if everybody got 3 or 4 superstars, what is it gonna come down to? Say it. Say it. Say it. I'm gonna keep telling you to say it. Say it. Say it again.
To me, it's
It all makes sense. It all goes back to last week. All goes back to last week.
Because each show ties into the show before.
I swear we didn't. I can't even make this up if I wanted to.
Yes, sir.
I'm just gonna let it out the bag right now. Everything that you see from us from here on out, it's gonna be some relation. We're gonna find a way.
Gonna connect.
We don't have to find a way. It doesn't.
We don't even have to find a way. Yeah, it just actually just circles its way back.
So
it's easy
now
to find a reference for.
Now let's look at the Clipper mids versus everybody else's mids. Who mids you rolling with?
Who's mids?
Can't roll with them Clippers mids. The only mid they got is what was that Norman Powell we said?
Hey, you rocking with 48-year-old PJ Tucker?
Nope.
Getting chased around the screen? You rocking with that?
You know what's so interesting? You know who on that team matters now? Like legitimately matters.
Bones Highland?
Miles Plumlee.
Which brings me to my point. The fact that he matters lets me know that they are not making past the play in. He should not be a pivotal role in whether or not you win or not.
He gonna matter.
This is not the 80s where Kurt Rambis mattered. Those days are over. You have to play basketball. You have to play basketball.
But listen, we're gonna be back in 2 weeks. We're gonna do more of these specialty type shows. We're not just doing the news today. We're doing the specialty show. So I'm gonna give y'all a hint. November 14th, we back 2 weeks. That's the week before what happened?
Don't Mason Plumlee shoot free throws left-handed now with some shit?
He might. So
what with some shit?
2 weeks from Thanksgiving, 94 feet of lifestyle. That's all I'm gonna say. You wonder where that's gonna go. Remember, subscribe to the YouTube, join the Facebook group. Winter is coming, Myron. Traveling Trav in the building. And from the dark side, Jay Ham. Basketball for the people, by the people. Signing out.